Sean Ross Sapp from Fightful Select released an in-depth report on the current state of WWE and Fox's relationship. Fightful learned from one source that WWE's viewership numbers were disappointing when compared to what Fox were expecting. However, they did note that the pandemic was kind of used as an excuse, and an understandable excuse, because TV across the board was kind of down. One Fox source rather stated that they were not over the moon about constantly having to promote an NBC product on and Peacock streaming platform, home to WWE's monthly pay-per-views, because Fox, of course, competes with NBC. They compete with Peacock. However, sources indicate that hasn't really been a problem due to WWE's talents receiving heavy promotion on other Fox programs in their run up to SummerSlam last month. Report notes that the returns of John Cena, Brock Lesnar, Becky Lynch over the past few months, all major stars and all going to SmackDown, have made Fox feel like WWE is going above and beyond to stack their brand. So this report, a lot of people thought when it originally came out, it was going to be like, oh my God, Fox hates WWE. And what it showed, though, I think, was it's kind of a bumpy road, this relationship between WWE and Fox. There were some lows in the beginning when the ratings were not as good. Because remember, Fox is paying over, I think it's like a 5-year deal. They're paying $1 billion for this. They are paying a lot of money for WWE to be on network TV. So they weren't happy with the ratings originally. And then, now WWE's kind of trying to mend that relationship. And WWE has a reputation amongst a lot of corporations, amongst a lot of big businesses to be very difficult and strange to deal with sometimes, but that's the reputation they have. Anyway, but Trevor, what do you kind of take away from what we learned about the relationship between WWE and Fox, and do you think Fox fully trusts WWE?
I don't think so. Not at this point. It could be something that's just to stir the pot, so to speak. But if I'm Fox, I wouldn't have full trust in WWE, because the ratings are dropping. Not so much for SmackDown, but the ratings are dropping. The product isn't as good as it was. You promised them a good product, you're not giving it. You're not delivering on it. And again, the ratings are being beaten. I'd have an issue with it. I would, because of all the things I said, and plus the ticket sales aren't selling well. It honestly seems like in certain instances that WWE is just dialing it in at this point. It doesn't really seem like they really care about their talent or really care about their storyline or their fans, for that matter. It just really seems like they're dialing it in. Turn it up.
Sorry. I think so too. And the other question I kind of had off of that was, do you think that WWE or Fox might have run into some problems in the long term with WWE? Or actually, not even that. What do you think the state of WWE's TV deal is going to be afterwards? Do you think they're going to get like a similar amount of money for what they're getting now from Fox? Do you think they're going to renew?
If they renew, I think it's going to be cheaper. I don't think it's going to be the same price at all. I think their price tag is going to drop a lot. Maybe not a lot, but significantly.
And what makes you say that, you think?
Well, okay. So one, Fox is a major primetime channel that they're competing for ratings, right?
Mm-hmm.
If the ratings of said company or said show are dropping, and I'm investing all of this money, I'm kind of losing money. You're not getting the right talent. You're not bringing the right people in. Your ticket sales are dropping. You're putting on pay-per-views like you just put on. I'm wasting money by investing this much in you, and you're not bringing a 5-star product to the table. If I was a businessman, I would literally look into that. Look with a fine-tooth comb, and I might, knock the price tag a little bit. I might not pay them as much.
See, my thing is, I don't think Fox is going to be able to match what NBC is probably going to offer them. I think NBC is at a place with WWE. They got the Peacock deal. They have, the USA deal.
Right.
Obviously, they had that history with WWE that
Right.
for decades they've been working together, and I truly believe that WWE, whenever their Fox deal is up, SmackDown's going to end up being on some USA or some NBC property, whether it's exclusively on Peacock, whether it's on NBC, like the channel, the network channel. It's I think it's more likely to see that than them re-signing with Fox at this point, or
Yeah.
Fox
I don't
re-signing
think they
them.
are. No.
I think Fox is at a point where if they're going to pay $1 billion for something, they probably could have gone out there and gotten hockey. They probably could have gone out there and gotten something that would have attracted more viewers on a more consistent basis. And it's not a thing where I don't think WWE SmackDown especially is doing terrible. They're not doing
No. SmackDown's
bad.
been better. Yeah.
They're consistently, they're consistently doing well on Friday nights. But the thing is, they were doing so bad for a while, and the product has been so inconsistent that sometimes there's weeks people are tuning out. Recently, it's been good because you've had the flux of stars. But what happens when you get into after the Mania season, where you
Right.
get that dead time where we know WWE gets complacent, they get lazy because there's no competition with football. People are
Yep.
more likely to watch their product. So that's what's going to be interesting to watch here. Again, it's a prediction. Big shout out to Sean Ross Sapp from Fightful Select for this report, because it's something he was working on for a long time, and I think it showed. It displayed a lot of what we kind of already knew. I think some people probably overplayed it, that, oh my God, Fox is gonna like try to get out of this deal. I don't think that was ever a real possibility. Like
No.
they're paying money for it. They're not gonna try to get out of it.
No. No.
But yeah, but I
We
mean,
also forgot to mention was the relationship NBC has with
yeah.
WWE as well. They've been they've had a relationship since the 80s,
Mm-hmm.
late 80s if I'm not mistaken, because they used to show like Royal
Saturday
Rumble and
night's main event on NBC. Yeah.
yep. So I mean that would totally make sense if they offered them a deal. That would make a lot of sense.
NBC partnered with Vince McMahon to start a football company, a football league. Bro, thicker than blood. That
Yeah.
relationship, thicker than blood. I mean, look, that
God,
is,
that sounds terrible.
the XFL is also, I'm pretty sure, the reason why the relationship, why Raw ended up going to Spike
Oh yeah.
in 2011. But we're not gonna talk about that. Thanks for watching this video from Real Take Sports Talk. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. Also, remember to check out our live show every single Thursday at 8 p.m. right here on the YouTube channel. And remember, keep it real.